Welcome back to the Outdoor Adventures Podcast, Youth Edition. I've got Michael Williams, my son, in the studio with me today. How are we doing, Michael?
Fine.
Let's talk about the outdoors. Let's talk about your experiences out in the woods. So you've been on a couple of hunting trips. I know the first trip you went on was an archery hunting trip, and that was my first year with a bow. Describe some of the things you liked about it. We were sleeping outside on the cots. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I do. The thing I liked most was seeing you miss.
Did you witness that miss?
Yeah.
Because you were up down the hill with Jason.
We were with Jason, and we saw you.
Yeah, and we saw this group of does with a couple bucks, and I kind of put a stock on them and left the kids with our buddy Jason Rush. It's my first year bow hunting, and so I ranged the buck, and I ranged him at 25 yards is what I thought, but my rangefinder must have picked up something between me and him because he was actually at 75 yards. So
I also like sleeping under the stars and the stories about the toilet over there.
What?
Like the air would blow into your butt.
Oh, yeah. So the toilet over there where we hunt, it's up a canyon. There's a public porta potty that is kind of a ways away from where we hunt. But it's kind of a rite of passage to use that toilet because as soon as you sit down, inevitably a big gust of wind's going to come up and definitely chill you out a little bit. It dries you off pretty good too. So what else? What did you like? Did you like the food in camp?
Well, I don't remember because I think I was like 7 or 8. I think I was 8. And I don't really remember that much, but...
And you're 11 now.
Yeah, so it was a while ago.
And so then we also we did some hunting around home when we got back. I think I had a blacktail tag, or maybe that was the year where you could hunt on the east with the archery tag and on the west side. So that's what it was. As I had my archery tag, and you would come with me with the pellet gun, and we'd look for rabbits and squirrels and things like that. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember those hunts? I got pictures of them while you had that big log you were laying next to.
I thought that was the trip with Jason.
No, we went on several different hunts once we got home. Because you were really into it. You liked the idea of just shooting the pellet gun and getting some fresh air. And then I think the last time you went was just a camping trip.
Yeah, we hunted a little, but not really.
But we didn't really have a hunting. It was June 19th. Remember that camping trip? Mm-hmm. So we weren't hunting. We were just shooting. So yeah, we shot some ground squirrels. Michael was practicing with the 22 that time. We kind of upgraded to the 22, shot a bunch of targets. He and I sat in camp and shot targets all the time.
And then we got some birds with Doritos.
Yeah, we lured in some camp robbers. Tell the story about when we went for the little hike away from camp, what we found.
Well, we were mainly looking for mushrooms because you did like a mushroom Zoom call and learned about them and stuff. So we went out and there's like this fire extinguisher hanging or something. And we saw like other camps on the other side of this barbed fence. And so we just went the other way and we were looking for some mushrooms. But my tummy really hurt because we had breakfast burritos.
But remember what else we found out there?
No.
So there was a bunch of like agates and petrified wood, and then there was a fenced area with an American flag in it.
Oh yeah, we also went the rock climbing. Try and find...
rock hounding. Yeah. We were looking for thunder eggs. Mm-hmm. So we did go out and find some thunder eggs.
A lot of them.
Yeah, but what I was trying to remind you of is remember we found where that guy had his ashes buried next to his dog.
Oh, yeah.
So we just were hiking and we found a gravestone, and there was another one for the dog. I don't remember the dog's name.
It was Mimo.
Mm-hmm. And so must have been the guy's favorite spot to camp or hunt, or who knows. But
it was it's the one that's not Dory. So Mimo or whatever.
Nemo.
Yeah,
Nemo must have been the name of his dog because we found a dog collar there.
Yeah. It was a dog or a cat, but I think it was a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that trip, we had a lot of fun. I ended up hurting my shoulder, wrestling around a little too much with my younger cousins that are a lot stronger than I am. But we had a good trip. Oh, remember we went into town too and saw that herd of antelope.
Yeah.
We saw a baby. That was the first time I'd ever seen baby antelope. And there was, I don't know, 5 or 6 little babies running around out there and a nice big pronghorn buck. That was on Father's Day because we went in and had breakfast for Father's Day at the old Apple Peddler.
Yeah, because they wanted liquor at the alcohol store, and it wasn't open yet, so we went to the Apple Peddler. But then it wasn't open on Sundays.
Yeah, the liquor store was closed on Sundays, so we couldn't replenish the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, but it was still fun eating there.
Yeah, we had fun, and Cousin Jason styled your hair. Remember that? He combed it all nice and poofy. So let's talk about some of the other outdoor things you've done. I know you've done some fishing out on our lake, caught some bluegill. Have you caught a bass yet? Yeah?
A few.
A few? Off the dock or out in the boat?
Both.
Okay. Have you ever caught a trout?
I don't think so. I mean, rainbow trout with Grandpa.
When did you do that?
When Grandpa wasn't like feeling very good, and he took us out on his boat still, I caught a rainbow trout.
Grandpa Schwab. I was thinking Grandpa Williams. Yeah, that's right when Grandpa was first starting to not feel good, and we went out to. Let me think of that lake.
It was the one where you get something.
Where they do the tournament every year.
Yeah.
Diamond Lake. So we were on Diamond Lake, and you caught a huge, pretty good sized rainbow trout. We fished hard all day, and then you actually caught a smaller one and then the big one.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think Casey caught one too, but you didn't catch anything.
Yeah, you guys both outfished me. Standard. So far in the fish that you've caught, where would you rank the rainbow trout versus the bass and the bluegill?
What do you mean? Like size or what?
Or more fun to catch?
I think the bass is more fun to catch in the lake, just because you can like go out on a kayak and still be pretty safe. Well, I mean, you can't really do that in Diamond Lake, but because it's super deep and cold. But it was a different time of the year, so.
Yeah, it gets a little choppy. So if I know you're talking about maybe getting into bow hunting. That's something you kind of think you want to try doing. Mm-hmm. What makes you want to do that?
I don't know. It just looks pretty cool, and I don't really like the way that guns kick or how loud it is, so. I know it's pretty hard, but if I practice it when I'm younger, I could be good at it.
Yeah, get started early. Yeah, and what's the first thing you want to try to hunt with a bow?
I don't know. Probably just like a squirrel or something.
Start with something smaller.
Yeah.
You got to be a pretty good shot to put an arrow in a squirrel. So.
Yeah, but like, I don't think I'd ever want to hunt for bears, just because you could die.
How do you think you would die?
I mean, if you miss the shot and like you're trying to get all big, but it's just the odds aren't against you, but you don't have an 100% chance of surviving.
So you're worried that if you miss with your archery shot,
or if I like just poke it into him, he'll still be alive, and he's like, "Grr."
It's gonna come after you with those claws and teeth. And around here, we mostly have black bears, and they're really more afraid of humans than we are of them, unless you bump into a mama with cubs. You know?
Yeah.
And you also, once you got good with your bow, I think you'd be comfortable shooting at a bear with it. But a lot of bow hunters will carry a pistol on their hip just for added safety, just in case something like that was to happen. So.
I would just kill deer, I guess.
Probably go for deer. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, our family are mostly deer hunters. That's kind of where we've all spent most of the time. And so we have some spots we could take you to help you find a deer for sure. And I think we need to get you shooting some of the bigger guns though too, because you've shot in 22s, you've shot in the pellet guns. I think that's it. I don't think you've shot anything bigger than that.
I mean, BB guns.
Yeah, but I don't think you've shot like one of the deer rifles.
Well, I have shot one time in a pistol, but like not practicing like shooting at targets and stuff.
Okay.
It's just on those camping trips, one of the guys would let me shoot.
Yeah, and I think I just need to get you to practice with some of the other guns. We should start with that 220 Swift. It's not going to kick very much.
But it's so loud.
Well, that's when you're practicing, you just wear ear protection. But I promise you, when you
It's still loud though.
When you see an animal you're shooting at, you won't even hear it. It's a weird phenomenon because you're so focused on shooting the animal and making sure you get a good shot. So, what's the next outdoor adventure you want to do? Like, what would you like to go do? We haven't done anything in a while because the weather's been bad.
I'm looking forward to the camping trip we did last October again next year. And, like, I just want to fish for bigger things. Like,
Would you want to go out in the ocean and go fishing?
yeah, but it would still be bumpy and stuff.
Yeah.
And it might not be very safe, but
Well, but if we went with a charter or something for your first time, just get you out there and see how you do in the ocean. Are you worried about getting seasick?
yeah,
Yeah.
I would get seasick, but you can't fix that.
No. You can get through it, though. You just look at the horizon and control your breathing and just try to
That
relax
doesn't
a little
help.
bit. It does. I've been able to talk myself out of being seasick. So, and if you caught a big old 40-pound salmon, that'd probably be worth it.
Yeah, it'd probably pull me in before I'd pull it out.
I don't think so. I think you could handle it. All right, so we'll get you out fishing this summer for sure and get some more practice shooting. Then you got to decide if you're going to buy a bow, where that money's going to come from.
Well, I've been saving up for the new Zelda game, which is like, it's going to be on sale when it comes out probably, which is next month on the 13th. And after that, I'll still probably have 120 or something.
So you might have to start doing some jobs around the house so you can save up for the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming, Michael, to this youth edition of the Outdoor Adventures podcast. Appreciate having you.
I didn't have a choice.
You were forced. All right. Bye, buddy.